As for the training of strategic offensive forces, this once again. We have confirmed the reliability of Russia's nuclear shield. Strategic forces are capable of ensuring the national security of the Russian Federation and the Union State in full. And we have already talked about this. This is a fact, which is well known to everyone, to all military specialists around the world. As they call it, the modernity of our armed forces. The nuclear deterrent forces are at the highest level possible, and probably, without any exaggeration, can be said to be at a higher level than any other nuclear state. Now regarding the exercise that was conducted. I asked the Chief of the General Staff to report on another event. I briefly mentioned it in my introductory remarks. It involves the testing of the Burevestnik cruise missile with unlimited range and a nuclear energy installation. I know that I have a report from the industry, generally unknown assessments of the Ministry of Defense. This is, after all, a unique piece of equipment that no one in the world has. Moreover, I remember well when we announced that we were developing such a weapon. Even specialists of a very high level and class told me that yes, it's a good and worthy goal, but in the foreseeable future historically, it will be unachievable. That was the opinion of specialists, I repeat, of high class. And now decisive tests are completed. There is still a lot of work ahead to put this weapon on combat duty. It's clear, all necessary regulations need to be followed in the implementation, but nevertheless, the key tasks are now achieved, as I understand, and I would like to hear the opinion of the Chief of the General Staff.
Russia said this week that they've tested a new missile that can go more than 8,000 miles. Is that saber-rattling for you? What is that?
They know we have a nuclear submarine, the greatest in the world, right off their shores. So, I mean, it doesn't have to go 8,000 miles. And they're not playing games with us. We're not playing games with them either. We test missiles all the time, but, you know, we do have a submarine, a nuclear submarine. We don't need to go 8,000 miles. And I don't think it's an appropriate thing for Putin to be saying either, by the way. He ought to get the war ended. A war that should have taken 1 week is now in its soon 4th year. That's what he ought to do instead of testing missiles.
Mr. President, should the EU use frozen Russian assets to help pay for defense of Ukraine?
I don't know. You have to ask EU. I'm not involved in that. That's up to EU.
Are you considering additional sanctions against Russia?
You'll find out.